And good evening once again mga Summoners, I am DJ Sphere.
I'm Jay.
You're watching the Garena Premier League 2014 Summer Season laban sa pagitan ng Team Team AHQ versus team ng War Gods. So, let's go for our schedule muna na nangyaring laban kanina bago tayo mag-proceed ngayon sa ating match between Team AHQ at team ng War Gods.
Yeah, so earlier this evening, 6 PM, we had Saigon Jokers go head-to-head with the Bangkok Titans, followed by HQ Fighters and Insidious Gaming Legends, and then Maki Esports versus Insidious Game Rebirth was the last game where Maki Esports picked up a nice solid victory against them. And the final match of the night will be between War Gods versus AHQ Esports Club. And this will be a very exciting match. This is the second match of War Gods. War Gods unfortunately did not win their first game of the season due to technical difficulties with the internet connection.
Yes,
but
wala nang di nakakaalam what happened before kung ba't sila natalo dito. I think since di tayo makapag-proceed ng game, we have to decide kung ano yung possible natin gawin. So since meron silang goal difference sa 25%, yung goal difference nila dito, so behind sila ng 25% na goal difference. So we have to decide kung sino dapat manalo, and that win goes to team ng SF5.
That's right. So basically, SF5 was rewarded that victory since due to, like what GG Spear just said, a goal advantage of more than 25% over the opposing team, allowing SF5 to pick up the first victory of the season for themselves.
Yes.
Alright,
so for ngayon, eto na tayo. Laban sa pagitan ng War Gods sa team ng AHQ. Banning phase na. So I'm looking at the bans, mga kaibigan. Jay, who do you think the possible bans of team ng War Gods dito? Yes, one ban, Lee Sin. So, sino pa sa tingin mo?
It's really hard to tell who we're gonna ban on HQ side because HQ has a lot of strong picks. They can even probably ban out some of the support picks of Green Tea like Malphite and Leona, but we haven't seen much of those coming out from HQ just yet. So maybe War Gods may opt not to ban out those champions. We may see bans towards. It's really hard to say because there's just so many things that they can ban out. So far, they've already banned out Lee Sin and Shyvana. And coming from the HQ side, we see a Jax and Nidalee ban on their side. So this time, War Gods decided to ban out finally Evelyn. Looks like Kassadin might be open in this match. Let's see if HQ will respond with the Kassadin ban or will War Gods pick up the Kassadin.
Yes, so, two champions in the jungle, jungle dito, and one champion that could go possibly in the top lane. We have Shyvana, but Shyvana can go for the jungle as well. So they shut down 3 jungle champions dito for team of HQ. Well, Nas is one of the most effective jungler dito sa ating GPL, and I think that's one of the reasons why they have to ban 3 jungle champion for team of HQ. Looking at the ban of team HQ, they banned out Jax, Nidalee, and Kill. Kill, like what you've said dito, up until now, she's still very effective. Pero we are using 4.9 patch dito. Unlike kanina yung mga laban kanina, we're using the 4.8 patch. So far ngayon, if ever na someone, if any
team would pick a Kha'Zix, it would not be as effective as the previous Kha'Zix.
Indeed.
So.
Siguro, for the jungler, yes, he can be very effective dito since meron siyang slow for the gank potential. But when it comes to being an assassin champion, I don't think that they can manage to pick up a kill dito, even though sobrang deep to pag-gank nila.
I like your logic there. I definitely think Kha'Zix now is more stronger as a tank jungler if they decide to pick it up with 4.9 patch. Unlike previously in the 4.8 patch, he was very effective either as a tanker or a assassin.
Yes. So far ngayon, for the first pick of Team War Gods, they got a Kassadin, successfully got Kassadin for their first pick dito. And Kassadin, being on their side, I think they can do something about the laning phase here in the mid lane dito with Westdoor.
Yes.
And we all know how yung playstyle ni Westdoor being the mid carry dito.
Yes, and I like how War Gods stole the Lucian away from Garnet Devil. I remember Garnet Devil being a very, very strong player on that Lucian, and looks like they're gonna go for a Zyra support here to complement Lucian, so they'll have a lot of poke potential in the bottom lane. They should be mostly safe, and those plants will provide protection from those death sentences coming from Thresh.
So looking at the pick of Team War Gods dito, like what you've said, they are more on focus sa pagiging sa poke damage na kaya nila ibigay in the bottom lane that they can contribute against their opponent. They have Thresh once again sa laban na to, and like what you've said earlier, sa mga shoutcasts natin kanina, Thresh is very popular pick. So far ngayon, wala pa ako nakikitang laban na wala si Thresh. So he's always being picked dito, and hindi pa siya nababan sa laban.
Yeah, we've seen this happen many times before. Before, it used to be always Sona, and then it became always Thresh.
Leona.
And then became always Leona. Now it's back always you see a Thresh. If not pick or ban Thresh. So it's just a rotation of popular supports here, and right now Thresh is the king of the support role right now.
So far, up until now, we are looking forward kung sino yung mga possible na pang-counter na magsasucceed dito sa ating GPL. Kanina nakita tayo ng Morgana counter against Thresh. Unfortunately, that didn't work out. But right now, we are going to witness a match between Zyra and Thresh in the bottom lane being the support role dito. A while ago, we saw a Nami against a Thresh. Unfortunately, Nami can't win against a Thresh in the laning phase dito. Though, having Thresh as your opponent in the bottom lane, like what I've said before, it's all about how you will execute your skills, or it's about the timing of your pag-set mo dito sa laban against your opponent. And we are looking forward kung ano yung mga possible na gawin ng team ng Wargas in the bottom lane. Is there a possibility na mag-swap sila dito, that they will go in the top lane and they will go against solo laner of team ng AHQ dito? Or they will do the usual laning phase, 1-1-2 dito against team ng AHQ?
Now, I'm sure AHQ's wondering what is Wargods doing. They've got 3 AP champions, so just to point it out right now, Cassin will be in the top lane, Gragas will be their jungler, Trevor will be holding that Ziggs in the mid lane, and of course we'll see Lucian and Zyra in the bottom lane for Wargods. This is not unusual for Wargods. Wargods love running this composition, especially in the local scene. We've seen them use this a few times before, and this is probably gonna shock HQ a little bit. Naz very happy picking up that Nocturne. He loves to use that Nocturne, and in combination with Prides on that Lulu, as soon as the Nocturne uses Paranoid to dive into the champion on the backline, Prides will use his ultimate to basically enlarge Nocturne in the middle of the team fight and knock all the members of Wargods in the team fight up.
Alam mo, Jay, this is very interesting for team of Wargas. They have JLC for Kassadin. We all know how JLC play Kassadin in the top lane dito. Sa ating PGS, ang ginawa niya dito kay Kassadin ay pure AD Kassadin. Siguro merong AP pero just a few scaling AP. And kung mapapansin mo yung kanyang focus skill dito ay yung E niya instead of getting the Null Sphere for his champion skill dito. And take note, yung first item niya dito while he have the Tear and Trinity Force. And then after that, nag-focus siya sa pagkuha ng kanyang Manamune, or tinatawag natin na item after yung pag-upgrade ng Tear niya dito. So into top lane, against Lulu dito, he somehow have the advantage once na he reached level 6. Pero pagdating ng early team fight dito, level 1, I don't think that he can win against a Lulu. Because in terms of poking potential, Lulu have the advantage. And take note, she is a ranged champion against Kassadin dito. If ever nagawin ni JLC yung kanyang popular build for Kassadin dito, this is going to be very hard for him in the early part of the game. But pagdating ng late game, once na meron na silang enough sustainability to go against their opponent, I think they can win this team fight. But they have Lulu, HQ have Lulu to use that wild growth in shield as well for their teammate. So, pagdating sa pag-set ng mga skills nila dito or pag-set ng kanilang pag-initiate sa team fight, they have to make sure that they have the tawag dito yung kanilang nakapagbigay na sila ng enough poke damage against their opponent before initiating the team fight. Kasi kung mapapansin mo, they have 3 champion na mayroong gap closing ability. We have the Reef Walk from Kassadin, we have the E from Gragas, and we have as well itong si Suez or Solution that can dive in the use of his dash as well. For the lineup of team HQ, like what you've said kanina, we have the Paranoia from Nocturne dito to secure, to blind their opponent dito. Not only that, he can surely kill a champion once na pumasok siya or ginamit niya ulit yung kanyang Paranoia to any champion of Team Wargods. As you can see, for the lineup of Team Wargods, wala silang ganung pang-protect for their AD carry. And ang possible lang na maging advantage nila dito ay yung binds or yung grasping roots from Zyra and also yung kanyang Stranglehorns. And hopefully, they can do something about, syempre, kay Thresh and Jinx in the bottom lane dito.
Yes, alright. So we're just waiting for the lane counter to count down. Basically, both teams picking up everything they really want. They've got comfortable picks on both sides. Of course, JSC on the Kassadin, stronger on the Gragas, Ziggs, Lucian, and Zyra. Same with HQ. They love playing this kind of composition. Slightly different for Pride here, picking up the Lulu instead of Wester wanting to hold on to his his Fizz. So Price will be using that Lulu, which is normally not. He has uses before, but not with this particular composition. And then we have Garnet then on the Jinx, and of course Green Tea, which is very scary Thresh plays.
Yes, Green Tea. Thresh is one of his most favorite champion dito sa League of Legends. So this is going to be very dangerous in the bottom lane against War Gods. West and Poisanity, kailangan nila ng enough kiting skills dito to survive the bottom lane. And Jinx as well yung kanyang zap. So when it comes to late game, Jinx versus Lucian, I think Lucian can win against Jinx kung meron siyang enough item like what item do you suggest for Swiss dito? Getting the Blade of the Ruined King or the Bloodthirster?
It's gonna be really hard. I think both of them could be useful, but most of the time we see Lucian going for the Bloodthirster for that additional AD to allow him to do more damage from his basic attacks and his double shot. Although since there isn't really any real tanks on the side of AHQ, that's the reason why probably going Bloodthirster would not be that optimal in this particular game.
Yes, well, since talagang kailangan nila ng Blade of the Ruined King dito, mapapansin mo, Lucian, I'm pretty sure na he's the #1 target of Nocturne dito. Once na ginamit na yung kanyang paranoia, they will surely chase down itong si Lucian. And if mawala agad si Lucian, ito naman siya na death sentence coming from Green Tea dito, I don't think Team War Gods can win a team fight na mangyayari in the near future. Since, yes, they have stronger in the jungle. And hindi na ganun na usual na makikita natin yung itong si Gragas na ginagawang jungle. Kasi kapag ginagawa mo siyang jungle, you're supposed to be getting the AD build dito. If
anything, actually, HQ will really be riding on Green Tea's back here. Once he catches somebody with his death sentence or his hook, for sure, it will be so easy for them to burst him down with Westdoor, Naz, and Garnet Devil, all very bursty champions here. Can easily burst down the very squishy lineup coming from War Gods.
Yes, mga kaibigan, welcome to the Summoner's Rift, War Gods versus team of AHQ. So far, this is going to be very interesting for me. JLC na top lane against Prides. I wonder kung ano yung mga plano ngayon ni JLC going against Alulu in the top lane dito. So hopefully, something in his sleeves na possible na mag-turn around ng laban na to. But stronger against their opponent, a jungler dito. Kapag nagkasalubong itong si Gragas and Nocturne, who do you think will win?
I feel like depend on the early game, Stronger will have a slight advantage since he's much tankier than Nocturne here. But once Nocturne picks up, probably if he goes for a Blade of the Ruined King or some attack speed items, he might be able to outscale Stronger in the mid to late game on a 1-on-1 basis in the jungle. But I really doubt that will be happening that very often, especially HQ likes to roam. I mean, Naz loves to gank the mid lane for Westdoor, especially on that Nocturne and the top lane. Even the bottom lane, we've seen him do some heavy roaming in the past. Yes. He likes to pick a certain lane and camp it very hard, especially with his paranoia. So we'll have to see which lane he decides to go here. I have a funny feeling it will probably be the bottom lane since the only AD damage will be coming from Zeus, and if he can keep Zeus down on AD damage, then a few magic resist items for HQ, and the War Gods will be negated most of their damage.
Yes. No, so far ngayon medyo naging popular na sobra yung tatlong AP carry lineup for the Philippine team. Kung mapapansin mo, lagi ko nakikita to. We have Evelyn in the jungle, we have top lane na si Cartus ang ginawa na IPT dito, and we have the mid na isang AP carry pa rin. And siguro it's hard to counter that kind of lineup dito, but hopefully meron silang enough tanky champion dito to secure their objective of killing a champion. Kasi if ever na magkaroon ng team fight, yes, they do have enough the burst damage dito, but pagiging tanky, Gragas have to make sure na meron siyang enough item dito na kaya niya i-sustain yung mga teamfight na mangyayari, that he can survive the team fight in the later part of the game. Trevor, mga kaibigan, against Green Tea in the mid lane. I mean, Westdoor. And they are getting the first red buff of team ng HQ. Wow, yes, very interesting.
A lane swap coming from War Gods, and I think they're going to do basically something similar to what happened on their first game, where the other team did the lane swap on them, and looks like they will be applying the same strategy on this time for their own game. War Gods Trevor on that Zig should be quite comfortable there. Poisani trying to harass Prides on the 1-on-1 here. Zeus will be joining in. A nice harass coming from Poisanity here. Prides will be backing into his tower. JLC will be joining them in the top lane, while Gragas will be hiding in the bush, waiting for a Prides. Prides being very smart about this, realized this is already a 4-1-0 lane, was planning to go back here, but looks like will decide to stick around. He will try to walk away. He feels like he might be a little bit safe. Gragas is here. Nice body slam and slow on the red, as you can see here. A lot of damage, grasping.
Wow,
Oh,
nice,
no,
taking a lot of damage. He got the red buff here in the top lane. I don't think that, wow, burn flash in the top lane dito. So very nervous that he could go die here in the top lane. But as you can see, they are calling back home, trying to restock their items. And in the bottom lane, hindi pa ganun na nagkakaroon sila. I mean, hindi pa ganun na nabibigyan ni Guardian Devil ng damage output ang turret dito. And War Gods can manage to get the first turret here in the top lane. And it's going in their favor sa laban na to since they have the advantage here of getting the first tier turret. And so far ngayon, Green Tea and Prides trying to defend the top lane dito. Both the champion.
And for some reason, there's a slight pause. I'm not sure from which side it's coming on. But right now, War Gods picking up the first tower, giving them 700 gold for the whole team, giving them a slight lead over HQ now. Right now, Garnet Devil just focusing on farm in the bottom lane here. As you can see here, he has a slight CS advantage over Lucian because of this solo lane. Of course, because of this strategy, War Gods is using. HQ is transitioning to a roam, or a 3-man roam, to answer to War Gods' heavy push here in the top lane. They're gonna deny War Gods from pushing a second tower. We'll have to see if War Gods will continue pushing the second tower, or if they will be smart enough to teleport down to the bottom lane and try to pick up the dragon for themselves.
Alam mo, delikado to for team ng War Gods. Yes, they got the first tier turret as soon as possible in the top lane dito. But they have to be aware that Garnet Devil is farming in the bottom lane freely, and mag-isa pa siya dito. So, though he is alone in the bottom lane, mabilis siyang level kasi solo niya experience dito. And also yung kanyang farm, 16 CS against 14 CS against Lucian dito. So, once na magkaroon ng skirmishes na in the later part of the game, I think Garnet Devil can have enough item to make sure that he can win here against Suez. But, do you think it's a good idea for team ng War Gods na mag-push kagad na second tier turret dito in the top lane, or mag-defend ng ibang lanes dito?
I don't think it's a good idea for them to push the tower. I mean, if they're looking at the map properly, they can already see that AHQ did not mirror their moves. And since the members of HQ did not go to the bottom lane, they have no idea where the members of HQ are at the moment right now. Although they do have a ward there in that bush, they'll probably spot Thresh and Nocturne coming there. They most likely will be able to move away safely. Hopefully they will. And if they do this, they could probably do another lane swap, putting everybody in the bottom lane, picking up another tower, and maybe even transitioning to a dragon if they play this well. The only thing I'm afraid of for War Gods right now with this particular strategy is, as you can see, JLC is still level 1. And JLC is one of the stronger carries in the War Gods team at the moment. He's one of the stars of the team. And since he's at the lower level and with less CS as well compared to his counterpart, or sorry, to the rest of the team, he'll have a longer time to transition into being a late game monster on Kassadin.
It's like the usual, Doran's Blade for his first item, and for his runes and masteries, wala siyang at least kahit anong AP na runes dito.
Yeah, so it's basically
like the usual
AD Kassadin build again.
AD Kassadin build for his champion. So one reason why he have to pick the teleport as his summoner spell dito is because once that they got the first tier turret dito in the top lane, he can do a transition here and respawn in the bottom lane and push that first tier turret sa laban na to and defend the bottom lane to go against Jinx dito. But Suez and Poisanity, they have to decide faster. They have to decide where to go next after nila makuha yung first tier turret dito. Dahil kapag nawalan sila kagad ng objective or malito sila kagad so kung ano dapat nilang gawin for their next move, it's going to be very dangerous for team ng War Gods. Well, ito isa sa mga reason kung bakit hindi rin ganun kagandang ideya kunin kagad lahat ng mga first tier turret in the early part of the game. Kasi after mo makuha lahat ng first tier turret, wala ka ng objective kagad. Well, you could at least get the dragon, but you have to decide where to push next. Get the second tier turret in the mid, and syempre most probably in the mid kasi yun ang pinaka-importante sa lahat. You have more map control, mas malawak yung vision dito, at mas madali mo makakontra yung inyong kalaban kung saan sila pupunta.
Alright, so we saw there just now that War Gods Poisanity has reconnected back into the game, so we should be resuming the game as soon as we get the go signal from the other side that they're ready to resume the game. This is really exciting since War Gods was able to get this slight gold lead. Here we go.
At last, mga kaibigan, nag-resume na tayo ngayon. And nag-continue na ang ating game between Team Wargods sa team ng AHQ. Boy, Sanity recalling back home. Actually, 4 of them are going back home trying to restock their items. And since merong utility runes itong si Zyra, siya ang unang-unang nakauwi kagad dito. And with that early first tier turret for their team, Lucian or Suez got his second item dito, or yung kanyang long sword.
Yeah, so basically right now JLC and Stronger will go ahead and pick up their blue buff. They do realize that they didn't pick it up since they went for a straight push here. Now they will be surprised, or they won't be surprised, because they will find out that the blue buff is still there, so that's good news for them. I'm surprised he decided not to check it first. The blue buff is still there, so we'll have to see how they... Well, definitely they'll see it now since they're gonna pass there, and JLC will spot it. There we go. Blue buff will be given, most likely to either Stronger or JLC, depending. Most likely Stronger, since Stronger will be continuing in the jungle. No, actually, Stronger decided to give it over to JLC here, and
this is the body system actually.
Yes, exactly. So
the body system, the jungler and the solo laner on the top lane are sharing the jungle minion dito.
Yes.
Both of them are getting the jungle experience, or the jungle minion experience sa laban nila. So, I think they're most probably going to gank or invade their opponent sa mga pagkakataong ito. Instead of trying to help their comrades, they are clearing the minion. So with this, they have the advantage.
Yes, that's right. So there you see JLC now hitting level 3. Both Stronger and JLC still sharing the jungle experience. They're gonna probably try to attempt something on Lulu here, but she's just way too near the tower, as we saw a while ago. Even without, even at level 1, just able to escape.
A first blood in the bottom lane. I wonder what happened. We saw what happened dito mga kaibigan. But Green Tea, I think it's...
Should we go back? Should we take a look at it?
Tignan sana meron tayo replay dito. Unfortunately, hindi nakita ko ano yung nangyari kanina in the bottom lane. And the first blood goes to team ng AHQ. At yung pagkuha nila ng first blood
nice
dito.
death sentence again from Green Tea here.
Mga kaibigan, Suez trying to kill Garnet Devil in the bottom lane. But no good. I don't think it's a good idea to push himself and pick up a kill in the top lane dito. Unfortunately, CS-wise, 41 CS for Garnet Devil.
That was actually a good play from Wargods there. As you can see here, they forced the minions under the tower of Lulu, giving her a harder time to pick up those minions under her own tower. Of course, she does have a CS advantage over Lucian, over Cassidy or JSC here, since she's been there up there alone for a long time now.
Yes.
Wargods was Stronger trying to clear out that ward there. He has his pink ward, so yes, he was able to successfully. HQ aware now that there is a pink ward in that area, a pink coming out from their members. It looks like they do want to do a 4 or 3-man dive into Westler, but Fizz is just really too hard to catch with his playful trickster.
Yes, in fairness, in the mid lane, Trevor, somehow, nagkakaroon siya ng, ahead siya against dito kay Westler in the mid lane. Though, yes, he's using Ziggs na range champion. In terms of poking against his opponent, he has the advantage dito. And, alam mo, medyo risky itong ginagawa ni JLC picking up those 2 Doran's Blade item for his champion. Kasi nga, nakusap ko siya before eh. Sabi ko, tuwing kailan mo lang ginagawa yung AD Cassidy mo. Sabi niya, mahirap siyang gawin kasi kailangan talaga lead ka against your opponent. Dahil kapag napugo ka in the early part of the game, mahihirapan kang makaka-catch up dito.
Yes,
and they successfully got the red buff of team
here comes the big fight
mga
here.
kaibigan.
Death sentence catching Stronger here. Oh no, face flash there.
Wow, that's pretty bad for Stronger dito. Westdoor mga kaibigan, they have to use that ultimate skill for JLC dito. Tayo, wala pa rin siyang Rift Poke at wala siyang flash out as well. HQ na staying a lot of damage. No good for his champion, but one champion goes down mga kaibigan. Wargods boy Sanity take a lot of damage. The red buff for Green Tea managed to pick up another kill, and it's a 2-for-1 exchange in favor of team ng AHQ. That is a very bad play for team of Wargods.
Just like I mentioned a while ago, GG Spear, AHQ is gonna ride on the back of Green Tea there. That was 3 consecutive hooks that Green Tea landed successfully, catching members of Wargods, and because of that, it transitioned AHQ to pick up 3 kills in a row.
Yeah, so far ngayon, I think Wargods can catch up sa laban na ito pagdating sa late game. Kasi din sa champion na alam nating lahat, mapa AP, mapa AD carry champion siya. talagang late game siya.
Yes. And
Should have at least enough item for his champion to win this game.
The biggest thing here really is to not get hooked by Green Tea. That's the only thing that Wargods have to do. If they can successfully juke the hooks and death sentence coming from Green Tea, they should be able to successfully win those team fights. Alright, so Zeus here picking up some CS here. Poisanity is with him at the moment right now. Naz will donate that blue buff over to Westler. Westler will go back to base, try to pick a few more items, probably a boots or maybe a little bit more ability power to have a little bit more burst damage in the lane.
Medyo yung nangyaring tipid na sa Baron, I think medyo may pagkakaroon sila dito na medyo yung tunnel vision kung saan napapansin mo ang laki ng vision ng kanilang kalaban. They saw what happened earlier sa nakita nila na meron ng team members from Team AHQ dito ang paparating that gave them a lot of disadvantage, and even Green Tea was there to support his comrades, and that is very dangerous for Team of Wargods. They have the death sentence, they have the dark passage.
Grabe talaga si Green Tea mag-death sentence, parang heat seeking talagang tumatama lagi nakakatakot. Anyway, JLC going again head-to-head with Pride here.
JLC with a rift walk, and it's about time to get some payback.
Be careful here.
Wow, Westdoor rewarding that vision ward, mga kaibigan. And Trevor himself, mga kaibigan. And Garnet Devil taking out of damage, mga kaibigan. 3 champion of Wargods in the bottom lane trying to kill Garnet Devil. Was forced to use that flash out.
And that heal as well.
If ever na nakapag-explosive kasi stronger kanina doon, could have been a 1 kill for their team and a shutdown here for Garnet Devil. But no good for their team. So far ngayon, 1-4 ang ating score. At the goal difference ay hindi ganun kalaki, 1.2k or 1.1k lamang in favor of the team ng AHQ.
Yes,
and
so
yet,
blue buff
no dragon at this point of time.
Yes, nobody has picked up the dragon just yet. Their strategy, basically they're evolving the strategy of this game. As you can see, it's really odd. Green Tea trying to make a play here. Getting a little bit cocky, trying to catch Poisanity and Zeus here. They've been getting caught several times in the early part of the game. Trevor picking up the blue buff for himself this time around. Will be going against Fizz. Has to be a little bit careful. Fizz has a lot of ability power now.
Death sentence once again. Poisanity taking a lot of damage. Here comes the box from Green Tea, and he will go down from that ignite from Green Tea dito. Oh wow, so wow mga kaibigan. What a play for team ng AHQ. What a death sentence from Green Tea dito.
They told you, homing missile type of death
sentence from Green Tea.
It's always catching his targets when he wants to, and look at that, another slow coming from Garnet Devil, reading Wargods like a book right now.
Let's look at the... Wow! It's kind of unusual. A Jinx maxing out his switcheroo instead of going for the zap.
Actually, I plays my Jinx that way. The reason why you want to do that is because it gives you more attack speed.
Yes.
So that when you get stunned, you can kill him faster.
Swerte yung switcheroo mo pa dito kapag ginamit mo.
You don't really need... the zap is really good for harassing, but if you have a really good support, just like Green Tea, you'd rather max out your Q so you can deal more damage once you do the chain CC on the target.
Yes. Alam mo, at this point of time, the Wargods have to do something sa nangyayaring sa ginagawang performance ngayon ni Green Tea, as you can see in the bottom lane. They are being owned not because Garnet Devil is a very good AD carry, but because Green Tea is setting up the face in the bottom lane. As you can see, all of his death sentence.
Look at the score of Green Tea, 2-0-3 out of the 5 kills. He picked up 2 kills and he had assists in every single one of them. Yes. That's how scary Green Tea is right now.
Almost all of kill dead. And here comes Green Tea na naman mga kaibigan in the mid lane. That sentence going to be available to Trevor, and he's taking a lot of damage. He goes down against 3 champion of Team AHQ.
Green Tea again, another assist there. All assists and kills onto Green Tea right now. So he's just a monster on the Thresh, roaming Thresh with a boost of mobility, allowing him to. He's now calling his team down to the bottom lane. Zeus and Poison should back away there. All the members are gonna move around. They want to take the dragon here. I don't think Wargods can contest this. If they do, they probably will lose their life there. As you can see here, Poisanity and
AHQ got the first dragon of the game, 13-minute mark. And ito yung isa sa pinakamagandang ginagawa ng AHQ. Once na they have at least enough one champion dito, nakuha nila yung buhay kanina ni Trevor in the mid lane. And with that, since meron silang enough vision dito, ito yung vision na meron ng team ng AHQ. At ito yung vision na meron ng team ng War Gods. So they're not aware na nakuha na ngayon yung first dragon. So that gave another huge advantage pagdating sa ating gold lead for team of AHQ. Around 3,000 gold difference at this point of time.
Yeah, and Green Tea and Garnet Devil waiting patiently. Not even picking up the CS. They're gonna try to pick up a few more kills and maybe demoralize the bottom lane of War Gods right now. So War Gods have to be very careful. I'm really afraid for Poisanity here. I feel like he might get caught by death sentence out of surprise from Green Tea. As soon as there we go!
Oh! Almost
Such
there!
luck!
Siguro! Yun ang pinakamahirap when you are using a support champion in the bottom lane. So, ito yung vision nila. So, hindi niya alam na may naghihintay na champion doon. And, instead of waiting for the opportunity to look at the vision, I mean, dun sa bush na yon, dapat mag-drop siya ng ward. So, since hindi niya alam nga na may champion doon, muntik na siyang mahuli kanina. And just in time, naiwasan niya yung death sentence. If ever naman tumaas siya ng death sentence, sigurado, makuha na naman yung boy ito in the bottom lane dito.
Yes, and looks like Lulu is able to finally push the top lane. He was able to bully out JLC in the top lane. Westdoor clearing out the wards in the river here. Westdoor going 2-0-2, doing not so bad for himself here, of course, with help of the great Green Tea on that thresh right now. Green Tea isolating the bottom lane. Looks like the bottom lane of War Gods is gonna have a really hard time dealing with Green Tea here. Another death sentence here.
Oh,
wow!
That death sentence from Green Tea once again in the bottom lane. And actually, mapapasin mo dito, sobrang layo ng range na.
I tell you, from now on, I'm sure War Gods will always ban out that thresh from Green Tea.
Actually, dapat hindi lang War Gods, for the whole GPL. Wow! That ultimate from Westdoor dito, and I think he can manage to turn around this team fight since nasa turret siya.
Wow!
It's 1-1 actually in the mid lane. Wow, what a play for Trevor dito. And JLC is stronger, trying to kill Price. Take wala siyang mana dito. And he will go down. A flash out. Paranoia from Nas. They managed to pick up a kill. But JLC goes down as well. A red buff. Both a champion, both a jungler champion dito. They have the red buff. But Nas still have that blue buff for his champion. And it's a 1-1 exchange in the jungle.
Yeah, so right now, Suze and Poisanity duking it out with Garnet Devil and Green Tea. Right now, there's a huge advantage to Green Tea's favor. As you can see here, a nice play here, separating Suze from Poisanity. Poisanity might be in a little bit of trouble here.
Oh, Swiss against Green Tea dito. Here comes the teleport, mga kaibigan, from JLC. And instead of going in, he decided to go in the mid lane dito. Since, syempre, medyo malayo na talaga. And that dark passage help Garnet Devil to survive in the bottom.
So JLC roaming now. He's trying to help the other lanes here. He wants to take down Fizz here, but Fizz, this is probably the biggest nerf probably to Kassadin here is the silence. That used to be the painkiller or the killer move of Kassadin, but without that, it's a little bit less for him to assassinate champions now. But still, the damage output from Kassadin is still monstrous.
Westdoor once again against Trevor, mga kaibigan, in the mid lane. You have to use the W. Or, wow, what a play from Trevor dito. That ignite can almost kill Trevor in the mid lane. It seems with the right timing, successful disengage in the mid lane dito. 3-8 ang score at this point of time, and around 4,000 gold difference. Gold lead in favor team ng AHQ. And we are looking at the huge difference ngayon sa laban na to. AHQ got the first dragon. So far ngayon, hindi pa nagre-respawn ang ating second dragon. So if they can manage to get the second dragon once again, I'm pretty sure na mag-snowball na naman ang kanilang mga item dito.
Yeah.
So Team War Gods have to do something. They have to set the face sa mid game dito. Kailangan nilang maglagay ng enough vision ward and sight ward, so that they have enough vision for their map control.
Alright, so Lulu pushing the top lane really hard right now. JLC is a little bit down in HP here, and I think he needs some help. We can see here Gragas in the minimap rotating. Green Tea not connecting that death sentence. Spotting our ward here. Have to be careful. And here we go.
Here comes Stronger and JLC in the top lane. And I think Stronger used
miscalculated that
very early. napaaga yung paggamit niya dito. So, of his champion,
Basically,
it's very hard for their team. Actually, makikita mo ngayon yung talagang a difference between the picks na meron sila. Trevor, though pantay sila dito, as you can see, he have 20, or I mean 10 CS lead against his opponent.
that was really...
Pero napapansin natin dito na 3-1 to ang score ni Westdoor na mid lane against Trevor. And he's having a very hard time dito, and he will go down once again.
Yeah, look at Wester's items. He already completed a Lich Bane and he's gonna probably build a Rabadons or a DFG next, so it's gonna be really scary on Westdoor with all that ability power. Heavy bursting down Ziggs will be no problem. Trevor has to be a little bit more careful going head toe to toe with the Fizz right now.
Yes, this is the second dragon of the game, mga kaibigan. Team AHQ is about to get this second dragon, and they're surely winning the game at the point of time. So, let's look at Graga's item. Super's item. So, meron siyang AP, around 30 AP, and I think nakapasa ito sa kanyang Masteries and runes as well. But gaya na sinabi ko, when you are using Gragas in the jungle, hindi it's kind of unusual to see Gragas na nag-focus na sobra sa AP dito, since kailangan niya maging tanky champion. As you see sa kanilang lineup dito, he's the only champion na capable of being a tanky. So siya lang yung champion na possible na magbuo ng Sunfire Cave, ng item like the Randuin's Omen, like the old school Gragas before na magkaroon siya ng changes dito sa ating patches. So ngayon, nagkaroon ng konting adjustment for JLC's item, getting the first for getting the Trinity Force. And as you can see, J 90 CS against 164 CS in the top lane.
Yeah, definitely he'll have a hard time with the CS. Like you mentioned a while ago, he was doing the double body system in the jungle at the start of the game, so he will be denied some of that CS here. Right now, AHQ are really strong, especially with Green Tea on that stretch, still doing really well with those death sentences, still at 2 kills and 4 assists. Poisonity has to be really careful here not getting caught.
I think nagbe-bait siya dito since minibait niya kanilang kalaban. And this is the vision na meron ng team ng AHQ. But since they are AHQ, they are playing very safe in the bottom lane.
Yes, it looks like the HQ are aware that there's a pink ward there. He's gonna clear that out, put down a ward of his own, and they're gonna catch out the movement of Wargods here. You see 3 members here. This is a huge vision advantage for them, including Lucian will be joining them in the mid lane. I think they would want to try to push this tower while Thresh is in the bottom lane. Let's see how fast Thresh can move around the map on that mini-map with this boost of mobility here. Let's see if Wargods can pick up this tower. Looks like they will rotate to the blue buff instead. Lucian is doing trying to push the mid lane here. And let's see here what they're gonna do here. Naz is trying to clear out the jungle still and picks up a large raid there. Going for Spirit of the Spectral Elder instead of some people would normally go Ringler's Lantern on this, but he's decided to go for more AD instead of that attack speed bonus that's given by the Ringler's Lantern item.
Alam mo, JNC's build, alam mo, not effective at this point of time. Though, hindi pa natin nakikita yung kanyang late game potential sa mga pagkakataong ito. Pero looking at the item of Nocturne, instead of focusing sa pagiging tanky champion, na kailangan talaga, it's a requirement when you are using a Nocturne. Since you will initiate a team fight dito. But as you can see, even Lulu can survive the duo gank of Stronger and JLC dito. And yes, here comes the paranoia, mga kaibigan, from Ness. Stronger taking a lot of damage. He's not tanky enough, but JLC have to use that Rift Walk and managed to turn around the team fight dito. Westdoor from the backline managed to pick up another kill, and it's a 2-for-1 exchange for a team play for team na AHQ. And here comes the call from Suez dito, and the Stranglehorn, the Mega Inferno Bomb, and that gave them another kill in the bottom lane. 4-11 score, favorite team na AHQ, and a goal difference, almost 9k.
Yes, actually that was finally a perfect combo coming from Warga. They were finally able to execute it onto Green Tea. Although Warga's doing a pretty good job of being aware of the HQ's movement, they were JSC was not able to successfully escape there.
That E. And here comes the teleport mga kaibigan from Lulu dito. AHQ Prize trying to chase down two champion of Team Wargas in the bottom lane. You have to use that greater lens. Somehow see a champion there in the bush. And here comes the teleport from JLC. Nocturne chasing down Swiss. Swiss goes down. What a play for AHQ Nas dito. Two champion from Team Wargas goes down. Boy Sandy was left behind. And it's a double kill for Jinx dito. And with that, it's a 3 for an exchange in total here in the bottom lane. 4-14 scored. It's point of time.
Alright, so good rotation coming from HQ. Very fast respawn here. Turning around that advantage Wargads had at the bottom lane to 2 or 3 kills actually. Giving them a nice, comfortable 10 point something gold lead over Wargads right now. Garnet Devil, 249 CS, is starting to snowball really hard against the Lucian here.
Stronger, nice. I think he will go down here in the bottom lane. Not tanky enough to go against Trinity and Garnet Devil. That E and that death sentence once again from Green Tea dito. So in terms of
actually even the
siguro
game,
synergy talaga eh. Ang ganda na synergy nila.
Yeah, and even though the game's only like 25 minutes in, I have to say for sure Green Tea na yung MVP dito sa game na ko. The early game to mid game is just being dominated by the great plays that Green Tea is doing for his team, allowing the rest of the team to snowball so hard. As you can see here right now, the map pressure coming from HQ is so strong. They have superior vision over Wargads, and JLC is in trouble now here.
Paranoia still up, and here comes the paranoia from HQ Nas dito. JLC trying to get away in the top lane, and he goes down once again. So far 0-5-2 score for JLC dito, and it's very bad for team ng Wargads. You have to do something sa nangyayaring galaw ngayon ng team HQ. 416 score, 33.4 gold against 45.8.
And Wargads thinking of taking the first dragon of the game here, but if they do, they will give up that third in the mid lane, deciding not to go for the dragon. Zeus has to be very careful here.
Being very aggressive mga kaibigan. And the HQ nice. Here comes the wild growth from Price dito. Swiss goes down. Very good job for Nats. Focusing the AD carry, and they're chasing down Stronger next in the target. Trevor got caught with that ultimate from Westdoor. Mega Inferno Bomb. And a triple kill for Garnet Devil in the mid lane. First tier turret goes down in the mid lane, and they're about to get a second tier turret as well. But no, they will go for the Baron for an exchange in the mid lane. Yeah. Favor of team ng HQ once again.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit of a bad play. Conquest going too aggressive. HQ using their combo where Nocturne gets knocked off the opponent with the Lulu Wild Growth, and of course the Fear not coming in for an easy kill onto the AD carry of Wargads, and chaining successfully 4 kills for HQ, and picking up a Baron and a middle tower. So at this point in time, HQ is very strong right now. I don't think Wargads will be able to get back into the game. They're gonna have to play really smart and most likely play defensively, and hopefully hope that HQ would overcommit to a team fight or overdive them and pick up a few kills for themselves.
And they're getting the third dragon of the game. Team HQ really setting the pace of this game. And Team Wargads, wow, HQ nasa mga kaibigan being patiently waiting here in the Tribush. And once again, goes down. Stronger trying to steal that dragon, but no good for himself. And he goes down once again here against two members of Team HQ. 420 to score 3 dragon for team of AHQ. Wargads Trevor.
Yeah, the Garnet Devil now legendary. As you see, 802 babysitted very well by Green Tea here. Green Tea just a monster on that thresh, and will continue to dominate this game here. 2-1-9. His only death going to that full combo coming from Wargads, executing it perfect. JLC in a lot of trouble here.
Oh, JLC used that Rift Walk. I don't think he can get away against Westdoor Tito. Wow, what a flash out, and the Rift Walk as well. And Westdoor almost there to catch Cassidy.
Whoa, Death Sentence not connecting this time around. Poisanity trying to use his vines to catch somebody. Prides. Wolf joining the rest of the team. 4-man push here in the mid lane. I feel like they should have no problem taking out Inhibitor. Maybe if they can catch somebody from War Gods. There we go. Fizz diving in there. Nice pickup onto Bragas there. JLC trying to pick up Pride. And Nats is going crazy on that Paranoia into picking up another kill onto Stronger.
That Iceborne Gauntlet and mura mana for JLC. Fortunately, medyo late ang ganitong klase ng item for their team. Though, yes, he can surely kill a champion dito, but mapapasin mo yung protectiveness na meron sila. They have the Dark Passage from Green Tea, they have the Wild Growth from Lulu, from Prides, they have the E, the Hell Picks from Lulu dito. So, kapag ganito yung kalaban mo, when you saw a Lulu against your opponent, kailangan kumuha ka ng champion dito na hindi ka pwedeng pick ng champion na may pang-initiate or pang-gap closing ability kasi it's going to be waste of time na halimbawa si Kha'Zix ang ginamit mo and then you use that leap, use that taste their fear, use that void spike to go against a Lulu. But since meron siyang wild growth, he will be knocked up and Lulu will be healed. And his comrades as well kapag ginamit ito sa kanyang kakampi. As you can see, ang ating goal difference ay almost 17 na. Hey, here comes the Paranoia mga kaibigan for Trevor. A flash in from Nas dito. He used that Yomus Ghost Blade. The Mega Death Rocket.
Oh.
From Jinx. AHQ Nas will go down.
Yes,
with
a tower
damage.
Kill.
He was a shutdown.
Yeah. Had nowhere to go there, and actually it almost was a little bit sour for him if that explosive cast pushing him away. Stronger has to be careful here. Here we go. Professor diving in. Full combo here. Zonya's Hourglass on Westdoor surviving. Jumping away with his playful 6er. Wargard Stronger taking a lot of damage from Lulu here. This is here. Poison is trying to provide some zone.
Oh, that glitter lance from Prides dito. With that item, the Leech Bane, the Rapadon, and his Unholy, I think it's Unholy Grail for his champion. That is very effective. As you can see, Team War Gods can't respond very well sa ginagawang performance ngayon ng Team AHQ.
Yeah, and look at them. They're all going down to the bottom lane now. And right now,
Westo, his timing to use that ultimate skill. Kanina pa to eh. Every time na, even Trevor in the mid lane, kapag ginagamit niya yung kanyang ultimate dito, yung W's, yung W niya dito,
Death Sentence again.
Wow, that Death Sentence from Green Tea dito. And nanganganib ang buhay ng Inhibitor turret in the bottom lane, even stronger. And Suez can't do anything to defend this turret. It will go down. Suez got caught with that Death Sentence again.
Woo! Green Tea is so scary on that Death Sentence. I don't want to go against him ever if he's gonna pick up the champion.
What is happening? This Green Tea is setting the game phase very well. Talaga siya yung nagsiset nung
another Death Sentence again.
Here comes the Grasping Roots, but
oh, Stronger surviving that Mega Death Rocket here. Looks like HQ will close out this game.
534 in total. And Nexus will go down. Naging 531 pa.
Another Death Sentence again.
Naging 532 pa. Double kill for Jinx. And Nexus for Team of HQ. Very good job for Team ng HQ. Congratulations, Team HQ, winning the game against Team ng War Gods.
Yeah, so I guess my prediction was right about that. Seeing Thresh would carry HQ. You saw from the start till end, Thresh was making so many plays. Those Death Sentence was just always on point, catching so many members of War Gods, giving them kill after kill after kill after kill. It's just crazy how Green Tea is good. How good he's definitely. If you ask me, he's probably the Thresh Prince of Asia.
Well, we never know. Marami pang mas magaling sa kanya. But in this game, sobrang makikita mo talaga yung performance niya using Thresh in this game. As you can see, halos lahat ng pag-initiate nila dito, halos lahat ng siguro kung this Thresh ang kanilang champion or ang kanilang support role, siguro iba yung magiging gaming phase dito. Hindi ganun ka-behind ang team ng War Gods in the bottom lane. Well, they successfully got the first tier turret kagad in the top lane. And
yeah, I felt like
swap.
Wargas did a really good job. Their plan was going very well when they picked up the first tower. But what I noticed what happened was after that, when they went back to base, the two of them decided to roam around, but they didn't pick up any kills. They didn't try to pick up a kill in the middle lane. They didn't try to pick up a kill in the bottom lane. They were 4-man strong while the rest of HQ was scattered. They could have closed down, either pick up a dragon or pick up a kill in the mid or in the bottom lane, and they would have been the ones to snowball the lane. But since they did not do this, Green Tea already had its mobility boost, decided to roam around, caught a failed flash from Stronger, and then yun na. Tuloy-tuloy na yung pag-snowball.
Dito talaga nag-umpisa yung lahat eh. Yung nangyari kaninang, instead of ganking the lanes dito or helping the mid laner, we have Trevor in the mid lane against kay Wesdor dito. They decided to get the Wolves, get the Wraiths, get the blue buff dito.
Yeah, and they tried to camp the top lane. And
they
couldn't do anything with the Lulu so near her tower. They did do a nice thing by pushing the wave into the tower again to give Lulu a hard time, but after that, that's it.
And surprisingly, Wesdor was there in the teamfight na nangyari kanina, and Jinx soloing the bottom lane against two member of team ng Wargas, and ayun ang pinaka naging problema nila dito. Solo Jinx against the AD carry and the solo of team Wargas dito. They can't kill Jinx kasi nga sobrang bilis ng responde from team ng AHQ.
Yeah,
and mahirap respondehan yung ganong klase ng performance dito.
Really protected him very, very well. Those descendants and those flays and those boxes were just almost always on point.
AD carries like Jinx, siya sa mga champion na alam mo kailangan mo ng talagang magandang support to win the bottom lane kasi wala siyang skills to disengage eh. Wala siyang skill like Delusion, meron siyang pang dash out. Ezreal, merong Arcane Shift. We have here the champion like si Caitlyn na merong pang Caliber Net to disengage. And that is very unfortunate for the bottom lane of team ng Wargas kung saan they couldn't win against Jinx and Thresh.
Yeah, alright, so basically that's it for our last game tonight. Of course, it's Friday today, so it's gonna be a weekend for all of us now. We will resume the GPL next Wednesday where we'll have another set of matches. Of course, don't forget to tune in and tell your friends to watch Wargas and IPT. Haven't picked up any wins for themselves yet, but in my opinion, the first day they had some technical difficulties. So they were just against the best, and they did show some improvements in strategy. So if they can just continue improving and probably prepare some nice strategies against those top teams, I feel like they can pick up some wins the next time they face them.
Yes, so far ngayon mga kaibigan, we have to at least siguro give our support na lang for our Philippine team. Kasi siguro makikita natin ngayon na sobrang nahihirapan sila, sobrang dominated sila sa laban nila against kahit sino sa laban nila ngayon. Actually, both team sa Philippines ngayon ay 0-2 ang kanilang mga score. So we have to at least support them or give an advice kung ano yung mga possible nilang gawin to improve, to at least makabawi sila sa mga laban nila for in the near future ngayon. But Wargas is still, syempre nag-adjust pa sila sa mga possible na maging meta nila, sa mga wing strategy nila against AHQ. We all know na yung AHQ ay well, halos lagi silang consistent sa magiging pangalawa sa ranking sa ating GPL dito. And same with the IPT. We all know na even though this is the second time nakasali sila sa ating GPL, they are still, marami pa silang time para mag-adjust. So we have to at least give our support instead of bashing them, instead of saying na dapat kami na lang yung nandyan. Dahil kung siguro kayo yung nandyan, mas malala pa yung mangyayari. And again mga kaibigan, still, thank you very much for watching.
Yeah, so just a few more reminders before we end our show tonight. Of course, Rampage will be on August 16. Tickets are still available here in the Garena office till July 19. So if you haven't purchased your own tickets, you can always come here to the Garena office between 9 a.m. till 1 p.m. and 2:30 p.m. till 5:30 p.m. Mondays till Saturdays only. Sundays not included. So just drop by. Of course, we have the 300 peso ticket, which is the regular ticket, and 1,000 for the premium ticket that include a nice seat to watch the PGS finals and the cosplay as well.
Yes. So sa lahat ng mga sa lahat ng mga nanonood ngayong gabi ito, you're watching the Garena Premier League 2014 Summer Season Week 1 Day 3. Kita-kits tayo ulit next week sa ating next matches for our GPL. Sa lahat ng mga may gustong malaman na information about the GPL, just visit gpl.garena.com. Nandiyan lahat ng information, the teams, the members of their teams. Those are yung mga schedules for next week.
And as well, of course, their standings. You can see their standings and how they've been performing. And if you want to watch the replay, you can always go to our YouTube channel. Of course, that's YouTube slash Garena Esports.
Hindi, kapag sa YouTube, youtube.com/PH Garena. Kapag sa Twitch, I don't think na meron tayong replay sa Twitch.tv. Pero, anyway mga kaibigan, maraming salamat sa lahat na nanood. So, kung meron kayong mga suggestions, syempre sa ating live stream, syempre sa ating mga shoutcasters, syempre, you are free to leave a comment sa ating, well, pwede naman kayong... kahit saan.
Yeah,
so, pwede nyo
there's a lot of places where you can, the forums as well.
Forums as well. And, tatanggapin namin lahat, whether it's negative or positive, syempre, welcome lahat ng mga comments ninyo. Alam namin meron pa kaming dapat i-improve sa aming mga sarili. Again, mga kaibigan, thank you very much for watching. I'm Sphere.
And I'm Jay.
Kita tayo ulit next week. You're watching the Garena Premier League 2014 Summer Season. Thank you very much.